Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Awesome Learning. The next topic is double circulation from the chapter Body Fluids and Circulation. And two more topics are left after this, double circulation, then we will be doing the disorders of human heart or disorders related to this system, that is circulatory system. So let's move on with the double circulation. I'll just show you a PPT here. You can see, children, double circulation. Why do we call human circulatory system to have to conduct double circulation? Because there are two types of circulation here. So there are two types of circulation. One is called pulmonary circulation, and the other is called systemic circulation. That is why heart we call the circulation in human beings to be double circulation. Now how does it work and why do we call it we have given them these terms? Let's see. It is a circulation in which blood flows through the heart twice for completing its circuit. To complete one cardiac cycle, the blood has to flow twice through the heart. Hence, double circulation. Okay. Now, let's see here. Circulation between lungs and heart. And deoxygenated blood from right ventricle, right ventricle. Okay. From right ventricle, this blood moves on to pulmonary artery. You see, this is pulmonary artery. Okay, and then to from pulmonary artery, this deoxygenated blood goes to lungs. Okay, for oxygenation. Then after the purification of blood, the oxygenated blood is given to pulmonary vein. This is your pulmonary vein. And from pulmonary vein, this blood moves on to left auricle or left atrium. Okay. Right? Understood? I hope you have understood. This is pulmonary circulation. Okay, again I'm telling you what is pulmonary circulation. When deoxygenated from the ventricles. I have always told you that right side of the heart contains deoxygenated blood and left side of the heart contains oxygenated blood. So the deoxygenated blood from right ventricle moves on to pulmonary artery. You see, from pulmonary artery this blood is given to the lungs for oxygenation. And after the oxygenation, the oxygenated blood is given to pulmonary vein, and pulmonary vein puts this blood or pours this blood into left atrium or auricle. So this is called pulmonary circulation because here pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins are involved. So we call this circulation as pulmonary circulation. Okay, now we come to systemic circulation. Here, circulation between heart and various parts of the body. Now, mark my words, children. Pulmonary circulation is the circulation between lungs and heart. Here, no body organ is involved. The circulation is only between lungs and heart. But here in systemic circulation, this is the circulation between the heart and other parts of the body. Now how? Oxygenated blood from left ventricle. You see, this is left ventricle. And left side always contain oxygenated blood. So oxygenated blood from left ventricle moves on to aorta. This is aorta. See? Aorta, and from aorta to the arteries. Okay, then to the arterioles, because the main artery will divide into secondary, primary will divide into secondary, and then arteries will divide into arterioles, and then arterioles will divide into smaller capillaries, right? And then from the capillaries the blood will be given to the various tissues. Now when the blood will go to the various tissues, the tissues, what will they do? They will take the oxygen and give the carbon dioxide, because they need oxygen to do their work. So now the blood has become deoxygenated here, because tissues have taken the oxygen and given out the carbon dioxide. Now this deoxygenated blood from various tissues will be collected by various venules, smaller ones. Then venules will be attached to veins, and veins will be attached to the vena cava, you see, and vena cava will pour this blood into right auricle. Okay, right auricle. So you see this circulation, in this circulation who is involved? Heart and various body parts are involved. So this is called systemic circulation. Okay, now systemic circulation provides nutrients along with the oxygen. They provide nutrients, oxygen and other substances to the tissues, and they will take carbon dioxide and other harmful substances for elimination. Tissues, what will the tissues do? They will take oxygen, they will take nutrients from the blood, and they will give carbon dioxide to the blood and make it deoxygenated, and this deoxygenated blood will be collected by the vena cava, and then it will be given to the right auricle or atrium. So this kind of circulation is called systemic circulation. So because both the circulations are being performed simultaneously, both the circulations are being done simultaneously, so we call it as double circulation. Okay, now in this diagram both the circulations are being drawn. Here in the previous ones they were drawn all alone, they were not mixed. In this diagram we are showing only pulmonary circulation. In this diagram we are showing only systemic circulation, but now we have clubbed both the circulations in this diagram because the circulations take place simultaneously, and hence we call it as double circulation. Understood? Let me now take you to your NCERT, because children, reading NCERT is very important. As mentioned earlier, blood pumped by right ventricle enters the pulmonary artery. I told you blood from right ventricle, and right ventricle, you always write beta with a pencil right here, deoxygenated blood, because then you will know that right ventricle has deoxygenated blood, and this blood will enter the pulmonary artery. Now this pulmonary artery will take this blood where? It will take the blood to lungs for oxygenation. Whereas the left ventricle has, now right here, oxygenated blood, because left ventricle has oxygenated blood, and it will put this oxygenated blood into the aorta for the distribution, right? The deoxygenated blood pumped into the pulmonary artery is passed on to the lungs, I told you, where it is oxygenated and is carried by pulmonary veins to the left atrium. So this pathway constitutes the pulmonary circulation. I told you this whole circulation, where the circulation is only between heart and lungs, this is called pulmonary circulation. Now, the oxygenated blood entering the aorta is carried by the network of arteries, then arterioles, then capillaries, and then to the tissues, where exchange will take place. And the exchange will take place between the oxygen and carbon dioxide, and then the deoxygenated blood will be collected by venules, veins, and vena cava, and will be given to right atrium. So this is systemic circulation. I just told you. Now, what is systemic circulation doing? It is providing nutrients, oxygen, and other essential substances. So, we have done all these things. A unique vascular connection exists between digestive tract and liver. Now, this is what is new to here, which I will also show you in the PPT. You see, this is hepatic portal system. Now, what is hepatic portal system here, children? It is a system which includes the hepatic portal vein. Now, children, hepatic portal vein is the vein which is joined to the liver. Hepatic means it is connected to the liver and carries blood from intestine to the liver before it is delivered to the systemic circulation. Now you have to understand this. It is a system which includes hepatic portal vein. This is a vein, and what is the function of this vein? It carries blood from intestine to the liver before giving that blood to the systemic circulation. Okay, so this is what is being said here. See, a unique, this one you should underline or mark this, a unique vascular connection. This is a unique vascular connection between digestive tract and liver, which is called hepatic portal system. Hepatic portal vein carries blood from intestine to liver before it is delivered to systemic circulation. Special coronary system of blood vessels is present in our body exclusively for the circulation of blood to and from the cardiac musculature. One more thing. Now this was another thing which has been done. Before giving to the systemic circulation, the hepatic portal vein carries the blood from digestive tract to the liver. Now along with this, there is another special coronary system. Now children, heart also requires blood to function. Heart, though heart is pumping blood, but it, वो कहते हैं ना कि mother makes food for the children, but she herself needs to eat that food. Similarly, heart is pumping the blood or doing its function, but heart also requires blood. So for that, for its own sustaining, how to sustain itself, heart has a special coronary system of blood vessels, okay, which is exclusive for the circulation of blood and to form the cardiac musculature. Because heart को खुद को भी blood चाहिए ताकि वो भी properly function कर सके, right? So now see, this is the schematic plan of blood circulation in humans. They have shown, which we have done so many times now. I think you will be able to do now. This is your heart. This is your right auricle, right ventricle, left auricle, left ventricle. Now see, right auricle is having a opening or a blood vessel called vena cava, you see. Similarly, right ventricle is having an opening called pulmonary artery. Okay. Left auricle has an opening called pulmonary vein, and left ventricle has an opening called aorta, right? All the arrows represent how the movement of blood will take place, which I have already discussed. I'm not going to do it again and again. These are this is a vein, this is an artery, and this is a capillary. You have to do the difference between artery and vein. I'll mark out few differences here. You see, veins are always broader in lumen, but arteries are very narrow in lumen, children. Veins are superficial. Arteries are very deep seated. Whenever you get admitted in a hospital, it is your vein which has been used for injecting something, because it is superficial and we can make out or we can see your veins, but arteries are very deep seated. Okay, so this is a schematic representation of your human circulation, blood circulation. I hope this is quite clear to all of you.